On this week's episode,
I visited Cassandra in Columbus.
And we're going to recap what we did, and we're live together.
So stick around.
Hello, and welcome to Rare with Flair.
The podcast where two best friends who are sitting next to each other with the same rare disease are living our best lives together. I'm your host, Casey.
And I'm your host, Cassandra.
Oh my gosh, I'm here.
Wow. This has been so long coming.
Shockingly, I have never been to Cassandra's condo.
I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like we said, so... Okay, I visited Case a couple years ago for her 30th birthday, which was super fun and special.
Yes.
And I got to see her condo for the first time.
Yes.
But, you know, we were talking about in that episode how we're like camp friends.
Yes.
And how like we only see each other a few times a year, but at different locations, usually at a con.
Yes, and if you're a longtime listener, you may have heard that episode. That was the only other episode we've done a full episode together. We've done little snippets together at different
little
cons,
voice memos,
things, but that was the only other one. So you should go back and listen as a little throwback, but not until you're finished with this one because it's fun.
Oh man, we've done so much.
So to put it into context, I am leaving tomorrow, so this is like the end, and so we're going to be able to recap every single thing that we've done, and we've done so many things.
So you got here on Thursday night, and actually you need to tell the listeners about the weather.
Well, listeners, get this, okay? I was supposed to fly in on Friday morning. And my mother, who loves the weather, thank you, shout out to my mom.
We love you, Kay.
Saw that there was a terrible tropical storm coming through, and it really was affecting a lot of the U.S. And she said, listen, your flight on Friday, it's going to get canceled. I just know it. And you need to reschedule your trip. And I was like, I can't reschedule my trip. So I was able to change my flight from Friday morning to Thursday night. And man, what a difference it made because that flight did end up getting canceled.
Her layover was going to be in Atlanta, which was already getting hit really hard on Thursday night. So, ooh, it was so good. Like, and it was perfect because then we kind of got to have the entire Friday instead of just, you know, like most of Friday.
Yes. Yeah, it was so much nicer. Like, in hindsight, I'm really glad it happened because we got a lot more time together. We got to have all of Friday, and it was, oh my gosh, we fit so much in. It was amazing.
Absolutely jam freaking packed.
Yes, and we wouldn't have gotten to do as much if I had gotten here at the scheduled time. So we're happy about that.
It's been great. I feel like we usually do our small talk, but I don't know if we just want to jump in
because there's so much to cover.
There's so much to talk about.
So much.
So on Thursday, so I love Columbus. I have lived in Columbus for 9 years, ever since I was in college, and I just stayed here. And I think that this city is really special, and there's a lot of cool things to see, kind of asterisk if you know where to look. Because I feel like people think like, oh, Ohio, what's in Ohio? Like, there's actually so much fun stuff, and I love keeping up with local businesses. And when Case was coming, I was just super, super excited to, you know, kind of share the city with her.
Yeah.
And mostly that entails food.
Of course.
So, Friday morning.
Yes.
We started off by going to a place that I've been wanting to go for a while, but haven't gotten around to going to. It's called Littleton's Market. It's super cute. It's like a little grocery store.
Yes. It's like a little grocery store, and it has a little cafe there. And I have been wanting to try the big round croissants for so long. They basically are huge. They look like the shape of a hockey puck, basically. And I wanted to try them back when we were in New York for the HPS conference, and it just didn't work out. We had limited time that day, and they were really far away downtown. And so Cass said, hey, listen, we have those in Ohio, and when you come to visit, we're going to get them. So that was the plan.
And I knew that this market, recently they'd been posting that they had those round croissants, and I immediately thought of Case. I was like, oh my gosh, we have to go.
Yes.
And so it was so good. They had one flavor and it was perfect.
Perfect. Caramel apple for fall.
Oh my gosh. It was so good.
It was really good. You can go wrong with caramel apple or
Truly.
you can go really right, and these people did it right.
So right.
And it was just the cutest little market. It had like a whole cheese section. We love cheese. And it had just the cutest little feel to it, and we walked around and dilly-dallied in there a little bit.
It was nice. It was
a lot of fun.
I think a running theme of this weekend is that people have been very, very kind in general.
They have.
Because, like, we have some future episode, I don't even know when we're going to do it, but we'll do it soon enough, about the weird things that happen when we're in public.
Yes.
But, like... This time, and while we've been together this weekend, it's just been very, very lovely.
It truly, we've run into so many really nice people.
It's been nice. And like while we were at the market, we were passing by the meat counter and the seafood counter, and the butcher was just the most kind of charismatic, gregarious man, and he was like, well, hello, ladies. I'm your butcher.
I'm your butcher. Oh my gosh, it was like so animated.
It was so cute. And like we weren't even like looking. We were just walking by.
Yeah, it was.
And
so
he was like,
cute.
right next to me is the seafood guy.
Yeah,
and we were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh hi. It was the cutest.
It was so cute. So after that, we came home. We ate our croissant and a breakfast sandwich. Cass took a few work calls because this was like a Friday.
It was a Friday.
And so then after that, we did one of the highlights for me.
Ooh.
We went and made candles at this, what's it called?
It's called Worthington Candle Works. It's
Worthington
independently
Candle Works.
owned now.
It is the coolest experience. You go in, you get a piece of paper with a pen, and you have all these candles to sniff and smell, and you write down your very favorite ones, and they had a bunch of fall scents.
It was so cute.
And then they bring out the like concentrated oil of the scents, and you get to pick 3 to put in your candle. So you get to kind of mix and match and smell all the smells together to pick your 3 for your candle.
And like I've gone here a good bit. Like I've gone to a lot of different candle making experiences throughout Columbus. And I think the people at this shop are just so kind.
Oh, yeah.
And it was perfect because it was Friday afternoon. I took the rest of that day off, and there was like no one there for the majority of the time that we were doing it. So it was kind of like our own private experience.
Yes, it was like our own little private experience. It really was. It was amazing. I ended up making one that we called the pub after mass because it had like Kentucky bourbon and incense and cinnamon, and so it had that vibe.
Really cute. And like we wrote down so many different scents that we loved. I ended up making one that we called A Man is Baking for Me.
Yes.
And it has the smell of a pistachio along with like cozy cabin and cashmere, which kind of smelled like a man's cologne a little bit.
Yeah, man smell, but like sweet.
It was nice. He's baking
He's
for
baking
me.
for her. And they were playing Chapel Roan in the background.
It was
and we were
so fun.
obnoxiously singing it, and the lady was like not
li-
laughing at
living
us,
for
but she
it.
was living for it. And that was kind of a theme of the entire trip, is
Just
that
singing everywhere we go.
everywhere we go, there's music in the background, and we're hearing it. Like if we're at a restaurant, wherever we are, we're like,
commenting on it. We're
commenting
singing
on the song,
along.
We're singing
like,
along. It's very obnoxious.
We're so annoying.
We're very annoying, but like we love it.
It was so good.
It's amazing.
After that, though, we went to, it's a Columbus staple. And again, it's just, I've lived here for a long time, and I've heard a lot about it. And I can't believe I've actually never been. But it is in German Village, there's a bookstore called The Book Loft.
The Book Loft?
32 rooms of bargain books.
32 rooms. Okay?
They're not kidding.
Please imagine this, if you will. 32 rooms.
And some of them are really little nooks, but some of them are huge. And it's like an old house.
Yes. And there's like levels, there's stairs.
There's books everywhere you look.
So we were obviously there for actual hours.
Multiple hours,
looking at every book we possibly could. We were getting turned around, and we were joking that like, I'm going to have a dream of this labyrinth where like, it's like a maze. You get
turn,
lost.
and then there's another level, and then you turn around, and there's another level.
But like, what a place to get lost.
Right?
Cass and I don't even read physical books.
No.
But so we didn't buy anything, but it was still fun to get ideas for our TBR. So if you don't know the book lingo.
Book lingo.
Our to be read. So I was like taking 1 billion pictures I took like 25 pictures.
It's so amazing.
Of all the books I wanted to look up.
I think I need to look at them also because I was on Goodreads and I was just like, okay,
we were just like adding because we're not going to buy a book because we don't read. But we did find a large print book section.
It was very exciting.
It was exciting, but like, guys,
it's still not big enough.
Well, it's still not really big enough, but also 2 other problems. The selection was like random,
very minimal,
not really great, and then also they're so heavy. Like,
oh my gosh,
am I a power lifter? Like, no. Okay, I don't have the guns for that.
But so, like, I held it. I don't even know what book I was actually kind of looking at.
Yeah.
For a while, and I like physically was tired of holding the book.
And like the fonts were kind of different in all of them. Like some of them were more easy to read,
like bolder.
Yeah, and some were not.
Yeah.
So,
but it was exciting. We felt represented nonetheless.
We sure did. We took funny pictures next to the large print sign. And so it was like pouring rain at this point. So it was good that we were stuck in the bookstore.
This whole weekend was very like gloomy,
very
rainy,
gloomy.
But it was kind of a vibe.
It was
felt very fall
vibe.
Yeah.
It truly was.
It was really cute. And the weather was finally cooling off a little bit because it's been so dang
hot. Yeah, so hot. After that, we went straight to dinner.
Yeah, we went to Grandview Cafe, which is a cute little divey bar type, like bar restaurant type place. Mm-hmm. And they have really great food there. And I just thought it would be super fun to go to Grandview Cafe. And it was
really great. It was really great. They were playing like early 2000s music in there. And the food was great. And it was fabulous.
We talked for the longest time about like nostalgic music.
Yeah, we
and
did.
Like,
it was fun. We were talking about
great.
just like songs that reminded us of different times, and it was fun.
It was also like cool for me to be able to kind of showcase how I mostly get around Columbus. So I think I've mentioned it before, but it's a service that runs through my city's paratransit service, but it's called USERV, UZURV. And it's kind of like Uber for disabled people. Yes. Where, like, you call and schedule a ride, like, maybe an hour in advance, and they'll come and pick you up in, like, a regular car, not the little bus. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, pretty affordable. The drivers are really nice. A lot of the drivers we got on Friday were drivers that I knew and have picked me up a lot before. So it was actually just really nice to have that whole experience and get shuttled around all day.
Yes, we were really scheduling it out.
Yeah, we went a lot of places. We went
a lot of places, so we took many rides, but it was really cool to see.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun. But from there, so there were a couple of events that some of my friends were doing. There was a birthday party at like a brewery, and then some of my other friends were having a party at a house, just like a really chill little dinner thing. And so we kind of hopped around from there to there. We party hopped
so I could meet some of her friends.
It was cool because when I got to visit her, obviously it was her birthday. Yeah. So she invited her friends for her birthday party. Yeah. But it was fun. Like, it wasn't even necessarily part of the plan, but during the week of, I was hearing that there were events happening, and I was like, hey, what if you came and meet some of my friends?
And I think we both had the same feeling when our friends were meeting each other.
Yes.
Of like, oh, they're getting to meet someone else with our condition.
Just like me.
And I'm the only one they've ever met, and now I'm not.
I'm no longer the weird one.
She's with me. Yeah. Yeah. So
There's another one.
There's another one. Seeing double. Well, no, you're not.
Right.
They were all really, really nice, and it was they were both really fun events, and the house party was really like chill and really just like fun conversation. And
a couple of my friends were celebrating like 5 years of being in the city together. Like, it was the cutest little thing, celebration of friendship that they were doing. And they did a trivia about, their friendship together, like how many states they'd been to, and like the entire time we kept thinking of each other. Yes. And how like we could put together like a fun trivia.
Oh, we should for the pod.
It would be cute.
Oh, it would be so cute. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we came back.
And we watched the current cartoon we're watching.
Jimmy Neutron.
Which is interesting, and we will talk about.
But we need to save our thoughts, for our cartoon episode.
Which will happen, I think, soon enough.
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Lots on the way. It was kind of a very exhausting day, so we did get some sleep, but I think we were a little sleep deprived when it came to Saturday.
Yes. So Saturday, where did we begin? We began at the Worthington Farmers Market.
I love Worthington. It's a cutie little town.
So cute. It's a really, really nice, like, critically acclaimed farmers market. It's won awards and lists. It's like, the top farmers market in the U.S. I think it's one.
Yeah, I think it is.
Title.
Like USA Today. I don't know what metrics they used, but hey, you know what? We'll take it.
And it was really, really cool. It was very big.
It's a really big market.
It's really big. It was awesome. And we were kind of in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah.
Because we were going to go to the Renaissance Festival.
Woo!
And...
Well, hold on.
Oh, well, yes.
Hold on.
Rewind.
We had breakfast.
Oh, we did have breakfast.
And so Casey and I are lovers of Rice Krispies.
Oh, how could I forget this?
How could we forget? Because,
I'm so sorry.
No, I forgive you.
Thank you.
And so when we went to Disney World, Casey was like, I really like the Rice Krispies here.
I do.
And you know what? They were, in my opinion, fine.
Uh-huh.
They were fine, but I had tasted better.
Yes.
And I knew where, this was a few years ago, but this restaurant opened around the Worthington area where that farmer's market is, and I like to go whenever I've gone to the market. And it's called Joya's. It's delicious. It's like a good kind of daytime cafe type place, but they have these Rice Krispies that, I kid you not, are the best in the entire world.
They really are the best. I completely agree.
And I had been telling Casey, I was like, you need to try these, and I'm going to convince you they're the best in the entire world.
Then they were. It really was. It was just fantastic. It was the best Rice Krispie I've had. Good. It really was the best I've had.
I'm convinced that they brown the butter that they use.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And they use some corn flakes. It gives it some texture.
Salty.
It's really salty in a good way.
In a good way. It was very, very good.
So. It's so good.
Thank you for that.
No, absolutely.
I love Rice Krispies.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We walked around the market. We picked up our candles. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were going to the Ren Fair.
Listen, and I've got to give some context here, okay? I have wanted to go to a Renaissance festival for 15 years. It's a bucket list item for me. It is something I've always wanted to do, and we don't have one near me, maybe a few hours away, 3 hours, I don't know. I've just never had someone to go with. Yeah. I've never been. And I've always said I wanted to go. So just keep in mind, I picked this weekend specifically for this.
Well, she told me, I really, we were talking one day, and she was like, I'd love to go to a Renaissance fair. And I was like, hey, when you come visit, let's go. Because the one in Ohio is really, really, really good.
Yeah, well, to clarify, I was already planning on coming to visit you. And then when you told me that, that's why I picked this specific weekend. But it is really, really good. We'll get to that. But...
So Saturday, we did the market, and we were getting ready to go back and change into our garb.
Yes.
And I checked my phone, and I got an email that it was closed.
It closed. It was really, really bad weather.
And the power was out, and they could not fix it until 6 that night, so they just closed.
Yeah. We were so sad.
It was really sad.
We were happy that we hadn't gotten fully dressed and ready yet. I'm glad
thank goodness.
The email.
I'm really glad
that we didn't get the, if we got there because it's an hour away.
It's not super close. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Right. So it just would have been really bad if we hadn't figured it out, but we did.
You got to get through the cornfield.
So then we were like, well, we need to rearrange our schedule here. And we kind of ended up doing on Saturday what we were going to do on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it worked out almost perfectly.
It did.
I feel like I keep mentioning the names of places because I just want to plug them if anyone is ever in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, do it.
But so one thing that was really cool and super special is this bakery called Bite This. It's really, really cool. The baker, her name is Annie. She's an awesome person. She has this really cool punk kind of aesthetic and themes her baked goods kind of along that way. And she opened a brick and mortar a few months ago in the neighborhood of Clintonville. And this weekend, and like, okay, Casey loves all things spooky, of course.
Oh, of course.
But this weekend, she's been doing some like special menus, and this weekend was Lord of the Rings weekend.
Yes, and this was also a highlight for me. I loved this place.
It's so cool.
If anyone has ever been to Gideon's Cookies, Cassandra and I have talked about it. In Florida, it's pretty popular. It's kind of that vibe. Like, you walk in, it's spooky. They had the Sweeney Todd music playing, which I was so into because she was selling shepherd's pie.
In like a bagel, wrapped in a bagel. It's like, she calls them bagel bombs.
Yes, and if you know anything about Sweeney Todd,
Shepherd's
the shepherd's pie peppered with actual shepherd on top. So it was incredible. And she had all these spooky, like, pictures on the wall, and she had books as decor. She really decorated the place.
Yeah.
She's so
It's so cool. It's all painted black inside with cool lighting.
She was great, and she was, like, at the front counter talking to everybody. Like,
she's so personable.
Very personable. I totally recommend anyone listening to go to this place.
Check out Bite This if you're in the Columbus area.
Yeah.
She sells at a lot of cafes, but you really should try and get to her brick and mortar.
It was really, really good stuff.
It was so cool. We bought some of the bagel bombs. And also it's cool because, like, Casey just started reading Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So it felt very apt.
Yeah, I understood the references.
And, like, we were, still hoping to maybe go to the Ren Fair because were told at least that our tickets would be valid to go on Sunday. So then we were like, okay, cool. We're still going to go.
Right.
But after that, we had a little break moment because we just needed it.
Yeah, we took a little nap.
It was nice.
Took a little nap.
Needed.
Yes, yeah. She has a great guest room. We're actually recording the pod in the guest room, and so I've been able to come down to my little cave and take a little nap.
It was nice
in the guest room, and it was great. But then
after that, so when I visited Case, we went to this incredible tea time, like afternoon tea at the Peabody Hotel, which is like a beautiful, really like fancy hotel.
Yes.
And if you know anything about the Peabody, they have the ducks in the fountain.
Ducks,
it's so cool. Yes. And I just like lived for that tea. I think of it all the time.
Wonderful.
And I had been to a tea in the little suburb of Westerville. There's a lot of cool places around Columbus. I'm telling you, it's kind of all over. Yeah. Westerville has this cool place called Asterisk Supper Club, but they have a really great afternoon tea that I had been to last year. And when I went, they have amazing decor, and I was like, Case, you have to come.
Yeah, she told me about it when she went.
It was perfect. It was so your vibe.
It is so my vibe. I love tea time. Anywhere, anytime. I scout them out. Like, I've been to a lot of different tea times, so I can kind of like compare and contrast. This was the coolest. It had all the walls were just covered with bookshelves and books, and then one of my favorite parts was when you sat down, the menu of the tea was inside. They would put it inside like these random old books, and everybody had different books.
Yeah,
it was
at the
so
table,
cute. I had like a dragon book.
I had like flowers,
which was so on brand, and then all of the like. Why can't I speak?
The china.
All of the china was like different, and the
mismatched.
The waiter told us it was like all like. A lot of it was donated and
or like
different
estate sales.
Yeah, for different people's collections. So that was really, really nice. And it was just such good food. They had pumpkin scones.
They were so yum.
Yeah, they were.
And all the little sandwiches. I love the tea sandwiches.
I love a tea sandwich. Cass and I relate over the fact that we love pastries and bread and things like that.
I love.
So yeah, it was so
lovely.
Lovely.
And those teasers, like, you eat so many bites of little things, you get so full. So we were like, let's walk around.
Yes, and there was a harpist.
Yes.
There playing live music on the harp, which I really appreciated. I love live music, so I love that. Cute. And then it was in a really cute area with like a bunch of cute little shops.
So we walked around Little Westerville, and we saw this like adorable store that sold like vintage things.
Yes, which is up our alley,
Love obviously. A vintage store.
And it had like a lot of records. And I found this dress that I ended up buying. It was only $25, but it was a one-of-a-kind handmade.
It was handmade.
Handmade. You could tell it was because the head the head hole is so small.
It's
like,
jam
I had to,
over.
jam it over my head, and I feel like that's like not very common in like regular clothes, but it's because somebody like literally made it.
Yeah.
Like out of their house, you know.
It's so cool.
That's cool, and I got my mom a little Christmas present, but I'm not gonna say
Ooh,
it.
can't spoil
She listens
it.
to the power. But that was fun. We were kind of trying to walk off the tea because it was
a lot of
food.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of what we did this weekend was eat.
Yes.
Which was great.
Fun. Yes.
But then part of what we were going to do, since the Renaissance Fair is almost closer to where my parents live.
Yeah.
In sort of the Dayton area, Southwest Ohio. We went down there and hung out at my parents' house.
Yeah, which totally worked out because, I mean, not only is it closer to the Ren Fair, like the Ren Fair is pretty far from Cassandra's house, but it worked out because I got to see like your childhood home.
Yeah.
And I got to see your parents. I love hanging with your parents. I love them both so much. They're both, shout out to them if you're listening. I know you're listening.
I know they listen.
I know they listen, and I love your parents.
It was also really cool. Like, it wasn't completely intentional that, like, this trip for Casey had a lot of similar elements as my trip to you.
Yes.
So, like, I got to, for her birthday party, it was at her parents' house.
Yeah.
And they have a really gorgeous home.
They just have more space than I do, so that's why I did it there, yeah.
And but it was so cute because I got to see, like, your childhood home.
Yeah, I know. It had a lot of similarities.
We
had the tea, we had the
childhood home.
So it was so cute. I got to, like, I've seen her childhood home on FaceTime before.
I visited my parents a good bit.
I knew the layout, you know, but it was cool to see it in person. And we ate some din-din. We ate the bagel bombs.
They were really good.
And then it was so funny. We started watching You've Got Mail.
Last time when I visited her.
Yes.
But this was like 2022. So we were like, well, should we just actually watch it again and try to finish it?
We didn't finish it. We had to stop. We ran out of time. We had to stop halfway through. So we got to finish it. And
it was so good.
So good.
Such a great movie. We kind of roasted it the entire time because
a little bit.
Like, the plot is a little unbelievable.
It's a little problematic.
But, like, I love it.
I love it.
Also, the soundtrack is so good.
It's a great movie.
It's so lovely. And it's perfect for fall. Like, that scene of, like,
Meg Ryan Fall.
Meg Ryan Fall.
Meg Ryan Fall. It's a thing. Get on board.
Get on the train. Choo-choo.
Yeah, choo-choo.
And we finally got to sleep in.
Well, but tell the funny part about that.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. There's a bakery in the Dayton area, of course. The amount of time that I've said, there's a bakery.
Listen. Oh, wait, can I cut in?
Yes.
Okay, because you guys, this is like out of order a little bit. But I got, do you know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
I got to try Cassandra's tart.
Yeah.
For the first time.
I had made some in anticipation of Case coming, even though I knew we were going to eat a ton of baked goods.
They don't ship well, so I've never had one
They
before.
have to stay cold.
And when I'm telling you, they were so good. They were better than I even imagined, and I had imagined them being very good. Because they look, they're like very pretty to look at. So, you know, sometimes baked goods are like either really pretty but don't taste great, or they taste great but they're not pretty. You know, it's rare that you get both. These are truly fantastic.
I'm so honored that you liked them.
I'm going to dream about them, and I'm going to be really sad that you can't.
I wish they could ship.
I know, but
They got to stay cold.
Like, yeah. They were really, really fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Anyway,
I'm so glad I got to share them with you.
I had to throw that in. But anyway.
So, okay. There's this bakery in the Dayton area that has a lot of, like, history behind it. When I visited my mom in that area, like, we have supported her through her many different businesses as she's moved around. But it's called Val's Bakery, and it's so good. So, like, they got really viral back in, I think, July. Some kind of influencing account made a reel about it, and they got so slammed with business. And so we were like, okay, well, we got to get there early so that we can get the pastries.
Because there's a line, and when they run out, they run out.
They are out. Yeah. So we were like, we're going to get there at open. And during the week, it's early. It's at like 7 o'clock. So we were like, okay, we're going to get up at like 6:30. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Well,
My alarm goes off at 6:30. Cass comes in the room because we were in separate bedrooms.
She was in my brother's room. Yeah. It was cute.
She comes in the room, and I thought she was, like, making sure I was awake. So I was like, I'm up. And then I didn't. She was trying to talk to me. I couldn't hear her. And I was like, I'm up. I'm up. And then she goes, no. She was whispering. She goes, you can go back to sleep.
So, like, we got the time wrong. They actually opened at 10. I was going to say 9. They opened at 10. So we were like, oh.
So, like, go back to sleep is, like, my favorite sentence that could be uttered by someone. So she's like, go back to sleep in this, like, little whisper. And it was lovely, and I did. And we slept a good few more hours.
Oh, and we finally got that solid 8 that we needed.
We got a really good night's sleep, and it was, like, pouring rain.
It was so rainy, again, all weekend. Which is so good, because can I just say that Ohio's been in such a drought.
Yeah, they need it.
It's been desperate. It's been nice, and it's cooling off now, so it was good. But we went outside, and we stood in line in the rain.
We stood in line in the rain. We had raincoats on with our hoods on, because it's an out-the-door line down the block.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big... I was like, wow, this is a big deal. I mean, it was a while waiting, and you feel the energy and the excitement of the people there. Like, it's an experience.
It's so fun, and it's so exciting.
And it has cute little stuff in there. She sells some cute little, like, candles and trinkets and things.
But, like, they have adorable music, like this cute 40s wartime music on.
Yes, it had a good vibe.
But they had so many new fall pastries. We were so excited.
We were like, we just have to get all of them. And we were with Cass's mom, and so we were like, we're going to split them 4 ways so that Cass's parents, she could bring some home to her dad, and even splitting them 4 ways. It was a lot of food. It was
so much food.
There was, like, I mean, some of the flavors, like apple.
There was an apple thing. There was, like, a carrot cake croissant. Yes, oh my
gosh.
It was a cardamom scroll, which was like, it's all, a lot of it's like, so I think the French term is viennoiserie, which is layered pastry. So it's mostly that, and that's what she specializes in.
It was like a pumpkin cruffin.
It was like it was a cruffin. Yeah, it was like a big croissant muffin.
Oh,
and like filled with pumpkin butter and Casey's is a cookie fiend.
I'm a cookie
She
girl.
loves cookies.
I love cookies.
And they had this really yum oat chai cookie.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, we actually saved that for later, but
it was still
good. We got it, and oh my gosh. So it was really fun, kind of. It was like a full experience.
We were like making a huge mess, like trying to shove it in our mouths.
Yeah,
like,
we sat
it was like
down
filling everywhere.
Cases? I just called you Case.
Hello.
Cass's amazing mom was cutting them all, and like, God bless her.
I know.
Because it was like surgery. We were joking of how, because like there's all this filling inside, so we were like really trying not to like
squish
the filling, and it was like stress. It was like a little stressful.
It was hard.
And,
it was hard work.
It was hard work, but it was like such a fun experience to just try little bites of every flavor and like pick which ones we liked the best, and it was really.
It was just. It's always a magical experience going to a bakery.
People next to us were like knitting.
It was so precious.
So cute. I loved it. And
after that, we got ready to go to the Ren Fair. So,
oh my gosh.
The Renaissance Fair has, like, special weekends. I think most weekends is some kind of theme. Sometimes, last weekend, I think, was the Highlands weekend, so it was a lot of, like, Scottish theme. They have, like, a fantasy weekend where you dress up like a fairy or a mushroom or something like that. This weekend was Time Travelers weekend. So, they just said, basically, you can dress up like any cosplay or comic or like sci-fi type thing that you wanted to, or people would also just go in their Renaissance like gear. So we were like, okay,
now's the time.
We're so excited because Casey is the one who showed me the beautiful, wonderful show Steven Universe.
I did.
And when she went to NOLA, she dressed up like one of the important side characters, Lapis Lazuli.
Yes, this was back in 2017.
It's been some time.
A minute, and I dressed up as Lapis Lazuli.
I was really inspired by that, and back in like 2019, I was like, well, I want to do a Steven cosplay. So I decided to like kind of create one for Pearl.
And these were both for Halloween, so they weren't like, we weren't wearing them to like a convention or anything, but they were like Halloween costumes.
And we were like, okay, well, cool. We talked about back then even, like, yeah, it'd be so cool if we could ever wear them together or go to a con or something. Like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But this was it.
This was it.
It was Time Travelers Weekend.
Not only had I always wanted to go to a Ren Fair,
but we also wanted to cosplay
we
together.
also wanted to cosplay together, so it was the perfect time.
Wow. And it was so cute. On the way to the Ren Fair, we played, like, Irish music.
Yes.
Got really in the spirit.
And we took the cutest pictures, and I wanted people to recognize us. That was like what we wanted, and oh my gosh, did this group deliver?
Did they?
We were like celebrities.
I know. We kept, like, people kept yelling out at us, like, Steven Universe!
Yeah.
Pearl! Lapis! Oh my gosh, and it was so cute. Crystal gems! It was so cute.
All day.
Pretty much.
And people wanted pictures with us. They were like,
we took so many pictures with people.
Can we take a picture with you? Yeah.
Can we take a picture of you? Like,
yes, of course, because we looked really cute.
It was so fun. There was like little kids who had seen the show and they wanted pictures.
Yes, we had to wear our Doc Marten boots because it was quite muddy. From all the rain, but actually the weather was pretty.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It rained a little, but not too much.
Light sprinkle, nothing too bad. And there's a lot of covered areas at this. Okay, I've just got to say, this Ren Festival is crazy good.
It's so good.
Okay, you walk in the door. There's not like a door, but you walk in the entrance.
It's a castle.
It's a full castle, like Cinderella's. I was like, I see the castle. I felt like I was at Disney World. And then it's like all these like actual buildings.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it would be more like tents, you know, like you see at like festivals and stuff. No, actual buildings, all these stages, a million different shows, a million different stores. It was like insane.
There's so much entertainment at this Ren Fair that like you turn around and you're like, oh, look, a show, and then you kind of sit down and watch someone juggle fire. Like it's so fun.
It was great.
Like, some people asked us, like, in-character questions, or some people were like, I just saw Steven a couple hours ago. And so we tried to be, like, a little in-character.
Steven, and we had a few people come up to us and give us little trinkets.
We didn't know that was a thing. I don't know if that's a thing at, like, cons, and maybe people who have been at cons can let us know. But, like, some people had little, like, nice shiny rocks or little, like, plastic pearls. It was adorable.
It was so fun. We ended up getting to see 5 shows.
We got so many shows. It was so cool.
We saw jousting.
We saw juggling. The jousting was so fun. I love seeing the jousting at the Renaissance Fair.
That's a staple Renaissance Fair type thing.
And it's like it's jousting, but it's also like a comedy show.
It's a comedy show.
Like, it's so funny.
It's really over dramatic. Like, there's real horses and everything, though.
And they're like really in armor for sure.
For sure. It's real, but it's like kind of jokey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fun.
We saw like some Irish music, which was cool because my mom came with us, and it was just like such a blast because she and I had just been in Ireland like a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And we were like hearing a lot of the same songs that we heard there. We were like, oh my gosh, we know this one now.
Yes. I'm so glad she was with us because she's so fun and we had the best time.
I love my mom. She was so great to come with.
The Irish music was so fun. We went to 2 different shows, and one of them was like a sing-along.
It was so fun.
And we were singing Sweet Caroline, which we had heard in the car on the way, which was crazy.
It was perfect.
Yes.
We had, of course, to get a turkey leg.
Of course. Turkey leg and jousting are like the 2 quintessential Ren Fair things.
Absolutely.
So yeah, turkey leg, it was
a really good turkey leg.
Surprisingly fabulous.
Like I don't know if you like think that they might be like meh, or if your associations of turkey are just like really dry Thanksgiving turkey. But this was like, it was really juicy.
And smoky.
And
juicy,
like flavorful.
And it was as big as our head.
It was massive.
We were splitting it between the 3 of us and we couldn't finish it.
We couldn't finish it.
And then we got a pretzel.
Of course.
So that was great.
So good.
And we got some bourbon cake.
It was like a boozy, they had a stand that sold boozy cakes.
Boozy cake. And it was very, very moist, like in a good way.
It was very nice. It was cinnamony and it had that little kick of the bourbon.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Very, very nice.
Casey did some shopping.
I did. I made a few purchases I'm very excited about.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. You know, I'm traveling. Sometimes when you travel, you make a few purchases.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had in my head I wanted a ring.
Yeah.
At this Ren Fair. You know, when I think of a Ren Fair, I think of like cool jewelry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, I love rings. You love rings.
Love rings.
We love rings. So we went to a few different places. I was really just like trying to look at everything, but I found one that I loved. And the coolest part of it, there was a man in the tent, like ready right there to size it for you.
And they like custom size.
Like custom size.
Part of your purchase is the fee for custom sizing,
which is amazing.
Her ring that she got is just so beautiful.
So
I love it.
It's a topaz stone, and topaz is my birthstone. But it's a really cool topaz. It's like it has yellows and blues and reds and pinks.
Very multicolored.
Like, you like shine it in a different way in the light, and it's like
it's all different colors, and
yeah,
it's so
really
shiny
beautiful.
and sparkly, and it looks so good.
It looks so good. And then another really cool purchase, Cass got me on. Well, okay, we were walking.
We were about to leave,
and we smelled
incense.
a smelly smell.
A smell that smells smelly.
Anyway,
we smelled incense.
I love the smell of incense.
I love incense. And so back in like 2018, I think, I was hanging out with my brother. We were either in like San Francisco or Seattle, because that's where we were both interning that summer. We visited each other throughout that time. And we went to a shop, and he like explained how to burn incense and whatnot. And so I've had an incense thing for a handful of years, and I'll do it periodically because
it's not great.
It's not great for your lungs
to do often.
But you know, if you don't maybe sit right next to it, like
no, don't
don't do that.
Yeah.
I like to light it in one room and then kind of walk around the house.
Or you can even open a window if you need to or whatever.
But it smells so good.
It smells so good. I've always loved the smell of it, but I've never actually done it, so I didn't know how, and I wasn't going to buy it. I was just going to let Cass buy it.
I wanted some sticks because I was running low on them anyway.
And I was like, okay, but then when I started smelling them, I was like,
ooh, but this smells so good.
But it's so good.
So it was so cool because I felt like I got to pass on the knowledge that I got from my brother to Case.
Yeah, well, she came home and gave me a full demonstration.
How do you light an incense stick? So she got a little stick holder, and we got some yummy, smelly incense sticks.
Yeah, I got like a campfire smell.
It was so good.
I got All Hallows Eve, and
that one smells so good.
I got a musk one.
I got this campfire one too. I got one called like fairy dust.
Yeah, which was precious.
It smells kind of fruity almost, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then I got one that was sandalwood, which I feel like was kind of one of the first ones that I did purchase. So it brings back a nostalgic feel to me. Yeah.
Oh, it was just lovely. Is there anything we're forgetting from
the Ren Fair?
The fair. Like I'm trying to make sure we covered.
We saw. I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of like bullet points. Like we saw a lot of cool dressed up people. Most people were in like their Renaissance gear. Yeah. And at first we were a little worried.
A little bit like, oh, did we?
We kept telling each other it was a special weekend. Like it's fine. Like we aren't the weird ones. We're doing this.
But no, there were. I would say like a good amount of people were in the like Renaissance gear, but I would say there was still a decent amount in the.
Right. We saw like a Doctor Strange.
We saw Belle.
With a little beast doll. It was so cute.
Harry Potter.
A few Harry Potters.
Star Trek.
We saw Marty McFly and Doc from Back to the Future. Fun. That was really cool.
Perfect for time travel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Various Doctor Who's, of course. Time travel.
Of course. Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah. So fun. And just really fun to talk to all the vendors. Oh, we were walking by a vendor and they said, come here, you'll love this. And it happened to be a gem.
Gem mining. Like
gem mining.
One of those things where, I don't know if people have seen them before, but they have like water and you kind of pan for gold or pan for little like gems.
Yeah, which like, I mean, if you don't know, like we said, our characters are crystal gems, lapis lazuli and pearl.
The thing about Steven, it is almost a little sci-fi.
It is, because it has space.
But like, they're like a race of basically like gem alien women. And like they get special powers from their gems.
Yeah.
So it was so
and
like
knew,
funny.
Like, our characters. Yeah. They were like, you guys would love this. It's gems.
It's gems.
It's gems. And they had a lapis lazuli like gem in there.
It was so cute.
Pretty cute.
Let's see. Jeez, what else? Yeah, we saw a woman hula hooping, a hula hoop that was on fire.
That was scary. But she has a Guinness World Record for it.
The most fiery hula hoops.
At this very, very fast.
It was wild.
It was her name was Casey.
Yeah. we were like, every time she said Casey, we were like, Casey?
Yeah. And the guy kept calling her Case, which was cute.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, what else did we see?
I feel like that kind of covers, like, we did the shopping, the food, and the shows.
We tried not to die. We didn't die sliding in the mud.
No, we were, it was slippery at some point.
It was.
Yeah, it was. But it was like the full Ren Fair experience. I can't think of anything we didn't do that I would have wanted to do.
That was like classically Ren Fair.
It was like classically Ren Fair. There was a wedding going on, actually.
Yes!
That we witnessed.
That was wild.
Yeah.
And they were like sitting in the seats of honor at the jousting.
At the jousting. They were like the royalty at the jousting.
It was adorable.
Hilarious.
Oh, man.
And the weather ended up being actually perfect because
usually Ren Fairs are so hot.
So hot. I've been to so many hot festivals before.
Ugh.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
So the weather was actually so perfect.
It was ideal.
Yeah.
It
wasn't too hot.
And then we came back.
And we're probably going to watch another Jimmy, which we'll definitely talk about
Oh,
later.
boy. Oh, we have so many thoughts.
But it has been a jam-packed weekend of so much fun.
Wow. I feel like I don't know. We're tired. And, if you can hear in my voice, we've had fun.
We screamed at the jousting, that's for sure.
Screamed at the jousting. Only for Sir Sam.
Oh, only him.
Only Sir Sam.
Yes, we had teams.
They, tell you who to cheer for.
Who to boo for. So we were very engaged.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Yeah.
But, it's just been, so magical. And it's, already... I know we have to get back to our normal lives, but it's already so sad to, have this end.
I know.
It
is, but it also has been so, filling. I feel like it's, filled my soul where I can go home and, feel good about a fun time. I feel like all the stuff we did was fun, but the company was even more fun. And, that's the best part. I kind of had that thought, actually, yesterday when the Ren Fair got canceled, and I was like... there was the possibility it was going to get canceled again, and that would have been really sad because I've always wanted to go to one. But I was like, the company, it's just so good just being with cast. No matter what we do, it's going to be fun. So, I wouldn't have even been too upset if the Ren Fair had been canceled.
I know.
We were just having so much fun.
It's been a blast, and I think we've gotten a little bit of everything within this time. I think Case leaves tomorrow. We're probably just gonna have a chill morning in.
Yeah.
But. It's exciting because the next NOAA conference is in Columbus in 2026.
So we're scouting out.
And I know that Case will have to be in town to help do some conference planning, maybe once or twice before the actual con. So it's really exciting because I know that if there's other things that I think of her... that I think would be fun. Because I just think that there's no shortage of cool things to do here.
Yeah.
We can do more stuff when she comes back.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
And I'm already wanting to go back and visit her in Memphis because...
So we have some other things we haven't done.
Yes. And your mama lives in Mississippi and I really want to go and visit her. She's the most precious human.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
So we're planning ahead, you guys. Yeah. We're going to see each other once more, twice more, thrice more.
We already have another thing booked, which I don't know if we should say it, but
should we? I don't know.
It's not either of our hometowns.
It's not, and it's not the HPS conference either.
No. It's a fun trip.
It'll be really cute.
But I'm really excited for that. Oh my gosh.
I think we'll wait.
Because I don't want to I feel like you jinx it if you
I know. I don't want to give.
Let's not say it.
But
we're doing something really fun at the very beginning of next year.
It'll be so fun, and we'll tell you guys all about
it. We won't record a full pod there, but we'll definitely record memos
snippets
and stuff. Yeah, snippets, because we probably won't have our mics.
Probably not. I don't think we'll have the time.
It's a quick turnaround. Yeah, it's a quick trip. So.
But my guys. It's been magical.
Magical.
And so just having a pretend roommate, you know, for just because we each live alone.
Yeah, it is fun to have someone in the house for a while.
Yeah,
I agree. When someone comes to visit me, I feel the same way.
It's been so good.
It's so good.
I'm so glad you came to visit.
Me too.
And now you have your candle and your incense to
have
remember me
all
by all the good
my
smells.
ring. I have all my amazing stuff.
And your cool dress.
Yeah, I can't wait
Ooh.
for to burn the can. I don't know if I should burn the candle or the incense.
I know, right?
I can't even choose.
You have so many
I
great
have so
smelling
many
options.
Great smelling options. I can't wait.
Your house is gonna smell so perfect for the fall.
Is it like super blind of us to like love smells? But, like, I do. I'm like a smell person.
I'm such a smell person.
I'm such a smell
I feel so obnoxious every time I walk somewhere and I'm like, it smells like whatever.
Me too.
I'm like constantly announcing.
At every bakery we were at, we're like, smell that.
Smells so good.
Like literally.
We're walking past booths at the Ren Fair. It's
And
like,
it
it smells like
smell
leather.
that? Yeah, smell the leather. Yeah. But like I love smells. Yeah, we have that in common too. So pretty amazing.
It's been magical.
It's been magic. And we'll re-listen to this episode forever sad.
My gosh.
And remember, that's the fun thing about this. We have like a time capsule of all
that's
the
so true.
fun things we got to do.
The other fun thing about whenever we get to hang out together regardless, but especially this time, is we got so many good pictures for future cover art.
So many good pictures. Yes.
It's great.
It's great.
And we both used our cane pouches that we were plugging in the last episode.
Yeah, we sure did. It was great.
Oh, yes. They are the
Amazing.
They're the boost.
Yes. It was so fun.
You guys.
We hope you felt like you were on this journey with us by listening.
And we will be posting some of those pictures again as future cover arts.
Oh, yeah.
So we hope you enjoy.
Yes.
But we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye!